please. Don't hear it wasn't recording.
Technical difficulties, please stand by.
It is, it's telling me, set the time, enter. Okay, now.
You're taking control of your television set. You remember those?
Yep, on the limits.
Yes.
And then you gotta move the rabbit ears, give it, come in.
Okay, I'm gonna call the Dunbarton Board of Selectmen meeting to order for October 26th. I have all three selectmen present, the town administrator is present. I have Mr. Lee Martell recording for the citizens of Dunbarton, so you can see it online. And kudos to Linda Nickerson, who continually uploads it to YouTube. Gentlemen, I have some minutes.
I'll make the motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of October 12th, 2023 as amended.
I'll second his motion.
Okay, I just wanna point out that the changes that were edits were excellent. I didn't see any, it made it very much clearer to read.
Yep.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, two. And just. Okay, I'm gonna open up for public comment. I'll start with the back row. Fred?
I'm not sure if this is the time that Lean had for me, or some other time for, on the agenda for sign the paperwork for the perambulation.
I'd say, we get time, we can do it right now, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, Jeff Truxton said I asked him last week, he said he could make it tonight, but if not, I'll have to try to get him.
And for the public, the perambulation is shall I say, a reaffirmation of our boundaries with our surrounding towns.
Get 3 copies signed.
It's nice to know that, isn't it?
Yes.
You want somebody with the same pen?
I don't care.
Same ink.
Lean put tags on this here.
It was successful?
Yeah.
It was successful?
Yes.
Great.
Even Dave didn't get lost in the woods or anything.
No. I tried a couple times.
Yeah. Now, once you guys sign that, I gotta get it to Ware, and they're gonna sign it, and then I'll bring the copy back here, leave a copy for Ware, and I'll bring a copy to the state archives.
David, is this your signature?
Yes.
That's all right. If you wanna take a look at it. No discrepancies noted, sir?
Nope.
That's good news.
They're all there.
Pen with it, Mike?
Well, the only discrepancy is the Route 177, I told these guys before, the state put it in backwards. They didn't want to turn it around.
I tried to lift it out by hand, but couldn't do it.
Really?
Wow,
Pretty cool.
Very
those
good.
are the old,
Tractor.
those corner ones are really deep, aren't they?
Yeah. And that one was put in when they relocated Route 77.
Oh,
They put
that's
it
why.
on the old Devil Steps Road, which become Concord State Road.
I just wanna make sure we make a shout out for the good work that this gentleman does in our town report this year.
Okay.
You'll be right, so.
You have no choice in it, sir, sorry.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Fred.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Appreciate the work.
Fred, tell them how many hours it took to do the 6 pounds.
That one line, or 5.5, 6 hours?
Ooh.
And that's because he did all the hard work and it's laid out and you just.
So they have a
Just
GPS,
pictures
you have
of
to
the
walk in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you again.
I'm glad he's gonna pass it.
I wanna make sure I didn't get taxed by Ware.
Okay, gentlemen, we're gonna continue with that town business, no, I'm sorry. Yeah,
She's actually gonna put her on the agenda,
Okay.
she hadn't notified me, but they only have one budget line, so she'd like to present the budget
Okay.
tonight.
We wanna do it now, since we're going right into budgets now. You mind?
Is that what you're here
Gentlemen?
for?
That's
No.
fine.
Oh, I'm sorry, just rec update, I'm sorry, I thought you were here for budget.
We'll
I was
have you,
like, not ready.
we'll have you back for budget.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I was gonna do just a quick update and then ask about, planting a blue spruce. So we've got Halloween coming up,
Right.
and pumpkins are gonna be set up starting on the 29th. and then they'll be taken down after the 31st, or the night of the 31st.
On the common?
Yep.
Okay,
The event itself will be on the 31st, but setup will start on the 30th from 1 to 3. And then we'll have the event, and everything will come down after 7 o'clock, once the event's complete,
okay.
on Halloween.
It's being announced in the schools too?
Yes, yeah, everything's been put into the universe, so candy donations are being accepted till Monday, and then those are still getting distributed to members,
Okay.
around the common to help with expense on that.
Great.
In partnership with Garden Club and the rec, where we've been talking about how it would be really nice to have a permanent tree for the tree lighting. So there was a conversation about the possibility of planting a blue spruce, not far from where the gazebo, the bandstand currently sits. I've been told many times, the bandstand. So I didn't know if that's an option, but that was something that I was told I needed to ask.
Yeah, gentlemen,
I don't have
I
an
don't have any
I think
problems.
it's a great plan.
Cool.
We don't want one this big though.
Yeah, that wouldn't work so well.
We used to have a really nice one on this north side of the building, but it was too close to the building,
Oh,
and it was almost getting up to the second floor, and Les had him take down the tree, but it would,
Should we just think about location due to Old Home Day? And the stage
I
getting set
think
up
if she
there
stays
and
to
stuff?
the right of that
Yeah,
bandstand, I
east
think
side,
it's
yeah.
okay.
Towards 13?
Okay.
no, west side, yeah. Towards the-
And obviously far enough from the right of way so the salt doesn't get it.
Yeah, so it's gonna take a while with the salt.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
And it'd be nice just to give us a heads up, maybe the time and date.
Yeah.
When it
We
was
could
gonna
throw a
happen.
stakeout and all agree on.
Yeah, I can work with Garden Club to determine.
Okay, but we have no issue with it then.
Awesome.
Yep.
They gonna purchase it through the rec or?
I'm gonna actually see if one of the local, providers will donate one,
Okay.
cause that would be kinda cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see on that,
If they do, we can give them some free publicity on the town report.
right?
So use it as a negotiating
Yeah.
tool.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I just think that would go further. And we're talking about holiday lights already, so hoping to start setting those up November 6th through the 17th. A completely new design, so instead of doing all of the trees wrapped in white, the focus will be, two of the larger trees, and those will have lights and possibly some other hanging lighted orbs around them. Lots of creation stuff there, but,
And you have the dates, we already talked about dates.
yes, dates were good. Oh, a little stink bug.
Oh, nice.
It's just warm enough. So yeah, we'll do the lighting, so the trees on either side of the library, will probably be on before the tree lighting date, but December 9th will be when we do the holiday lighting and that event.
Very good.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's all I got.
I wanna say thank you for what you're doing, you brought some life back to the rec committee.
I
Thank you.
love it,
Thank you.
absolutely.
She's a joy to work with, she was in the office earlier today working with Joan Marie, so she could get the candy ordered for, through our budget.
Excellent.
And thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
The committee was, should I say, the rec committee had a couple dry years here. Okay, all right, next item, Lean, we have a building planning and zoning, and I understand you're gonna help us talk it through it?
Yep, where the board asked for level services, this employee lives about 30 minutes away, so she asked me to present the budget as I had last year. I don't think there'll be anything controversy, we're working with the level services. The first sheet you have in front of you is the building department, so the increases within the budget are the secretary building inspection and the admin building inspector. Both those lines were increased by 3% COLA, which the board approved last week. Information below is just work numbers, so we're seeing a slight increase over 2023 of about less than about $5,700 roughly.
They're giving us their actual that they have to date.
I don't know that that's been updated, it was printed on the 13th, so that will get updated when I have all the numbers together.
47, you mean 4,700?
4,700, what did I say?
4672?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry, 4,700,
okay,
yep,
I wanna make sure my numbers are right, okay, good.
I didn't bring my calculator.
It's good, no, it's good. And on
And, the second page is another area that she oversees. This one actually saw a slight, decrease, and that was for planning consultant. So she wants to leave some money there, should she need it, but she did reduce it some, cause the actual to date won't exceed what's already there currently, so.
And legal, they didn't,
That's in a different category,
Gotcha,
in the
gotcha.
selectmen's category.
okay,
so,
gotcha,
yeah.
okay, that's fine then.
Okay, so that's what you have for these two departments.
Gentlemen, any questions?
Looks fine.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
Okay,
Tell Donna, thank you.
One out of the way, see how easy that was?
We're used to it now, that's all. Okay, now the fun part. We all got the email, we get the tax rate set by DRA, and we get the final tax rate. And I think, on the town side, we did pretty good, it went up, tax rate, went up 59 cents to the town. We have other increases of local school, state education, county went down. Total tax rate, went up $2.59. That's an increase over 2022.
mhm,
$1.56 was attributed to the school, 49 cents state education, 5 cent decrease in county, 59 cent increase in town. And gentlemen, I thought we worked that budget diligently and put the money in the right spots to keep that increase to a minimum. Thank you for working, I appreciate working with that. Any questions on that? Lean, thank you where were you in the queue? Where do you think you were?
I got a fairly quick response after I brought it to your attention in the last meeting, and,
Kudos to you,
Yeah.
Lean, for getting it in there.
yeah, I think it's important for us to be able to give our taxpayers, we have to by law give them 30 days to pay their tax bill. But when they can get 35 or 37 days before they're due, at least it advises them, and then they have a period of time before they have to send their bill in if they choose to, they want.
Gives me time to accept donations.
Okay, we have appointment papers today for, next item, for Historical Awareness Committee. And appointment papers,
Want me to do it?
we gotta find the papers
It's
first.
right underneath the tax rate.
Tax rate breakdown.
What, do you put that in that black box again?
It's empty.
Oh, you found it?
No, this is the second one, I haven't found it.
Oh,
I
I'm
had
sorry.
to. Okay,
That's the tax rate you just talked
so this is my alternate bag.
about. Oh, okay.
I'll make a motion to appoint Cindy Bernard to the DS liaison for the Historical Awareness Committee. For the elementary school over here, she's gonna help, be part of that, and, her term is gonna end on March 2025.
I'll second that.
Any discussion on this? She was recommended by the Historical Awareness Committee.
Great person for it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All
Did
right,
somebody second it? Yeah.
yeah,
You all signed it, right, the warrant,
I did.
the appointment,
Oh,
put it out.
you all have to sign it.
All right, we have illegals again in town.
Let the dogs go.
And we have, several dogs which are, not being registered appropriately, so, we're gonna issue a warrant via the Dunbarton Police Department directing them to, they're gonna issue a civil forfeiture for each unlicensed dog. We're gonna, basically, we have to sign this warrant, and this will be passed on to the chief for action. Any questions, gentlemen? Thing is, I think, for the record, we used to have a list, a long list, it's down to,
No, that's not correct, those are new to town.
okay,
The long list has been emailed to the chief directly, so it's kept private.
okay, you still have a long list?
I don't know how long that is,
Okay.
but there is a separate attachment that was sent to the
Okay,
chief.
understood.
And these are just a
I'll
couple.
hold the thought there, but I think it's important, why do we have registration of dogs? It's for rabies control, that's the bottom line. And the thing is, I say that for the public, it's not that we wanna collect money, it's all about controlling the rabies in our pet population. Dave, to you. I think we got a couple of,
There's 3 sets.
The same reason we tax our residents. Stop rabies.
is there any update on the gutter quote, Lean?
No, not that I'm aware of.
No, we're gonna have to table
Yeah.
that,
We're pursuing gutters for this building to keep the water off the building so we can not have to continually paint it. We have one quote in, we're gonna hold that quote to, table it to, we get the second quote in.
Mike,
Yes,
can I, so looking at this and knowing my situation at home, are you gonna have, covers on those gutters, or are you gonna make sure that somebody cleans those every?
No, the quotes have been asked to include covers for them,
Okay.
because we're concerned about that, and with the trees
Yeah,
in the
right,
cemetery.
and if nobody bothers cleaning them,
they get
you
backed
get,
up.
you just
Correct.
create another problem, yeah.
Correct, so
Right, okay.
all quotes are asked to put the covers on it.
Good.
Okay, we got a request from Community Action Program, of Belknap and Merrimack counties for a continuation of a grant of dollars we provide for them for helping our citizens. They're asking if, in the past, we've given them a sum of $3,000 we wanna see if the town will raise, and this is gonna be a warrant, the warrant.
No, it's actually part of the budget.
Part of the budget,
Yeah.
but $3,000 for continuation of services to low-income residents of Dunbarton and Suncook Resource Center of Community Action Program.
I remember last year too, Mike.
Yeah.
We got that 3,000 back, almost, threefold or fourfold with what was distributed throughout our
It's
town.
attached to that right there, if
Right,
you wanted to look at it. I wanna say it's 55,000, or how many families?
A lot of
It was a really helpful
Yeah.
thing for.
And the nice
you
thing
know.
about that program is it's not geared to welfare specific, it's for people with low income, so
Yeah.
if they needed a helping hand for fuel, or for electricity, or even gasoline to get to doctor's appointments, they can go through the community action program and, qualify for that.
So being a budget item, Mike, I'm gonna, I think
I'll
we
give you
can
consensus.
consensus on that, we'll keep it in our budget line.
Yep.
Okay,
We'll vote on budget later on, but.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think, as I said, it helps those people who don't make too little, and they still need help, but they don't make, they make enough, not, so they don't qualify for welfare. So I think it's pretty good. Okay, there was one of our employees put in a right to know request about mowing, and it was just, put in, and Lean answered it, but they wanna know about the contract, for the mowing contract, and we already made a decision on the current pricing, the current contract already. So it was OBE, we're not changing it this year, the next 2 years, I understand.
yeah, that's what he was looking for, is,
Yeah, he just had an interested party, so.
Yeah,
when they were,
It's fine.
due to go out, how much they were for, and,
Yeah. Okay, we had if you recall, we had a water leak in the library, and also with all the rain we've had some mold issues at the transfer station. Dave, you see the pictures?
I did not, what do you say you emailed that, Lean? I'm not getting all of my TOD emails.
they just fixed and corrected them.
Oh, they did?
Maybe I got the email.
Woody said he sent this like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, it was probably before that,
Okay.
or just recently, maybe a week and a half, I got
Cause I
that.
said, I never seen anything and.
So they deleted the shared email and they installed it, so you should be all
I
set.
was just saying, I think I'm getting everything.
Yeah. Lean, I'd like to have it handled under I'd recommend to my board, and I think I'm gonna put a motion, not a motion, but an idea on the table, just take it out of our maintenance line, and let the handyman take care of, washing it down a little bit, with a little bleach type compound for mold
Yeah.
mitigation.
And this underneath the eave here,
Yeah,
this happened to many, many houses this summer.
yeah,
My
right,
tractors outside turned green.
Mm.
The last couple weeks of summer, it was so humid and
So-
raining every day.
yeah, it was raining and we had a
This
little-
here had nothing to do with.
Yeah, I don't think this is an uncommon occurrence,
But
I
did you
just
see
think
the-
we should
No, yeah.
take care of it.
Did you see the one in the town hall basement, Dave?
The one in the basement was we had a water leak down there, and with the humidity levels in the rain,
Is that this one?
Yeah, that's it, that's the electrical room, that's brand new.
so it needs to be probably washed down a little bit. What do you think, Dave?
I don't think it would hurt. In that electrical room, when they were first setting up the,
Can I see that picture? I didn't see.
they were setting up the sprinkler room,
Mhm.
that was kind of dripping in there. I made them come back and stop that dripping. They had a little valve there with a
Maybe we
hose.
should look inside too, if we're gonna treat that, look inside and make sure there's nothing going
I
on
would say
inside.
so, it wouldn't hurt, yeah.
And, do you think anything like a dehumidifier would help down in the
That's
basement?
something for the
I don't
future.
know.
As long as we can pipe it into the drainage system,
And
I
that's
don't think it
exactly
would
what they
hurt.
did here, is they set it up so it will turn on and shut off.
It can't hurt anything.
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
And it's
hurt.
always had that musty smell.
How
Isn't
much
that-
did this one end up running us, Lean?
Installed, it was like $360.
I'd say let's stick one over there.
Yeah.
There's a
Consensus?
drain on the far right of the building at the foot of the old stairs,
Okay,
and I think that's the drain we need to be in.
okay, gotcha.
It's the furthest away from the water, but it's the,
Okay, Lean, that's in your lane.
Yep,
Dave, is that door closed on the electrical room all the time?
yeah, it has to be
That,
like.
right, and that's probably part of the problem.
but it's on the outside hall basement.
Oh, it's not in the,
No, if
Electric-
No,
you
it was
walk
on the
down and look
outside.
at the door, it says
Oh.
electrical room,
Oh.
it's right there.
We had just had a spring of a leak down there
yeah,
too.
I remember you guys talked about that.
Has to go somewhere. Lean, I saw a bag over where they were supposed to caulk on the cement. There's a bag, I think Mary probably put it on.
Mary and John did.
Is the guy scheduled to come caulk that?
He
up?
came last week and he said he would, get me a quote,
Okay,
so he's already looked at that.
yeah, it shouldn't be much to caulk that.
Right, but I'll add this to.
Yep.
And he.
I just saw a bag there and before winter I didn't wanna.
And he's
do
still
that.
working, he had never done the stairs and the little screen that needs to, on
Over
the
here.
opening in the oil room. In the event that door should be left open, there's a cutout in the concrete that
So
he's just
nothing
gonna put
can go down.
a wooden frame behind the screen, in front of the
So
screen.
it's a big
So the
punch
airflow continues through, but in case critters, like
Right.
snakes or whatever.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, continuing on. We got $4,407.50 from St. Jean's Auction for the sale of town property. Do we have the check clean?
Yep, it's attached.
Okay, then I'd like to make a motion, we accept it, of the $4,407.50 for the sale of town property.
You wanna read
The items we listed, we, got the, 2017 Ford Blue Explorer, we got $3,700 for that, a snow pusher, $1,300, some pallets, a fire hose, $10, $12.50 and $12.50. Miscellaneous, chargers, these are the, he used some, the NICAD, the old NICAD chargers, he got $30 for that. The ambulance stretcher, which we do not use now, we got $50 for that, and a crate of DeWalt, cordless tubes, again, they were the NICAD variety, $10. Total of $4,407.50. Motion's on the table, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion on this, gentlemen?
no, I think,
The money will go into the general revenue,
I think so.
I do too.
Yeah,
It's such a variety of stuff from everywhere.
I don't
right,
wanna-
and it's not like they spent it in their budget this year, it's, there are items that we are not using that should go back into the general fund.
Okay, thank you. All right, mailbox items now. Okay, we got an email from the garden club, what do they wanna do? They wanna use, plant daffodils around Dunbarton Rock to beautify that area, where's the Dunbarton Rock?
Dave Null had pointed out to Don Larson that it wasn't looking very pretty,
Yes,
so
I
they
agree.
had done some work over there, so they're just basically an update that they
It's
did
the
work
rock,
over
the
there.
big rock they wanted to put by the sign out in the
Right,
triangle.
right,
Yeah,
I think they added a few more rocks around it as well.
okay.
I think they're gonna do the,
Well,
I think they're
kudos,
only gonna put stuff inside the rock, I guess.
okay, kudos to the garden club for doing that, thank you to the
Yep.
garden club, okay. We have to sign a letter, for we wanna support the Page's Corner turnaround there. They want a letter of support from us again. This is Mr. Watson, who's the Bureau of Planning and Community Assistance. We've been in the queue, but they just want a letter from us supporting their project. And I'd say we all sign it and get it going again.
Not a turnaround, the circle. right?
Circle, yes.
Circle.
roundabout, is that what it's called?
Roundabout, yeah,
I thought we were number one in the queue.
Yeah,
but it's gotta be funded.
yeah,
You can be number one all day, there's no money, there's no.
Of course they're number one.
Okay, so I'm gonna head and sign this. And Dave, to you. It's a letter of support. I have to give a shout out for the chief, when he was a sergeant, he was on top of that then, and he's still on top of it now.
that's right.
And that was been one of my pet peeves. I like to leave this office knowing there's gonna be a safer way to traverse that
Geez, I
intersection.
was at that intersection just, last week, I think it was Wednesday, I went to the Saturday, I went to the transfer station, and, the lady in front of me flew by me when I came out of Page's Corner Store. I said, is she gonna stop? Well, she stopped, and then she started again, and the car coming towards her had its directional on, was slowing down, and just about to turn, and she was in the middle of the intersection, she had to stop again. It's like,
It happens a lot.
oh my gosh, it's scary to watch. You
And
know,
especially for people who are not familiar with the area, they don't know what to do.
If we see that, and the few times we're at it, can you imagine how much happens daily?
oh my gosh, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm only there a few times, and I see it almost every time I'm there, and it is a bad setup, I think they should stop all ways if it's gonna be like that myself, but.
Okay, continuing on. The Cub Scout, organization of, Bo and Dunbarton are holding a scouting food drop at different locations, and they wanna use the bandstand and the transfer station, on 11/4/2023, between 8 and 11. Transfer station has been already okayed with Woody, but they wanna use a gazebo as just a gathering spot for food. Excuse me, game is. Clappy. Okay, bandstand,
This will be the second year that they've done it,
Yeah.
it's worked out well, and,
I have no issues.
I have no problems
Dave,
with that.
no issues, consensus, Lean, to make it happen. You wanna read the? Okay, Veterans Ceremony will be held inside the town hall on the second floor on Saturday, November 11th. Ceremony will start at 11 AM. Can that be put on the website?
it already has.
Thank you.
Anybody that hasn't been to that, I went last year, and it's quite a nice ceremony.
Yeah. The ones in May are nice, but he said because of the weather could change, he thought that he would try the second floor, and I said that's absolutely okay.
If it's available, why not?
Yep, and it was, so
That's
we
what it's there
reserved
for.
it.
Could we put that on the bulletin board marquee outside?
It will be, yeah,
Okay.
but right now we have
Oh, I know there's other
a
stuff.
reading tonight, trick or treat next week, and then it'll open up to
Very
put
good.
the, ceremony
Okay.
on there.
And Donna sent us on all an email on the, there's an update on regarding the solar project, there's some activity going on there, just, there's gonna be inspection tomorrow with, the state inspector, they're bringing in some subject matter experts. And I read the written summary of the solar project, but what's missing is in all fairness to the gentleman who came in and talked to us, there's no delineation of deficiencies, they talk about things, and there's no delineation of what was wrong. And so as a resident here, if they're gonna tell me verbally, but sometimes if I had a list of things that, almost like a punch list, if I knew what was wrong, it's like getting a CO for your house. You get checked off, and is it a no or no-go, and you can tell exactly what's wrong, and you can act upon it, whether it be calling an electrician or anything like that. And so, I'm glad they're calling in expertise, but Lean, I really think that we
They
need,
may already have been
All right.
doing that, but I don't know.
To you,
we need to have a written
Brian
delineation.
did call me this week.
Yeah.
The problem is that, there's so many deficiencies that he was told he needs to contact an electrician because the deficiencies are so many, and so, they were done way back at the beginning when he started the project, and I agree with you, on a normal circumstance, you would give somebody a list of deficiencies so they could work on those,
Right,
but, I think that this project has been kinda kiboshed all the way from the beginning, so I think it will be, resolved, the state electrical inspector will be out there tomorrow, and after that, there will be a good list of deficiencies that he has to work on.
but I would suggest, I don't think we need to dictate, but you know how they make a CO list?
Yeah.
They make a CO, like, so that he won't miss anything as he goes on a checklist, and he can hand it to, at the end of the day, says, I found 2 deficiencies, and here's the check, what I've checked.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great idea to at least consider, and, so Lean, if you could,
yeah, still think we should have a list to at least go by, so we have something to give to the homeowner, whether it be 100 things or.
And I think
or
there were
5
some
things, I think.
verbal things
yeah, but
that weren't ever taken care of.
And the problem with verbal, it doesn't really help the homeowner, he's getting like a machine gun of things wrong. But even if he listed 20 things item, and there are many more, the thing is, from a legal standpoint, if he decided, I'm gonna sue the town for being, not helping me out, or doing whatever,
That's
we have an
certainly
audit
something.
trail. It's good to have an audit trail of listed all the things that we, and so an audit trail is key. So, no audit trail, it's not fair to the resident without an audit trail.
And I think we could do some vague things, whether you know, if his conduit or something's not up to par, say, you know, conduit and related boxes or fixtures, something of that nature, just to keep something vague, so we can at least give him a guideline. And then if he gets that list of 20 things, then give him the option to go to a, you know,
Right.
electrician.
We
you
can't,
know.
he can still do the work, correct the work himself, that's permissible. And what we're recommending is an electrician, because there's so many, but you gotta give him something to go by. You know, it costs the electrician, as you said, my box is wrong, I am not grounded, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. The electrician can look at that and give him a quote, a little bit based off a punch list.
True, yeah, that's very good, yep.
Just for future, so we
Yeah,
can
and,
keep that in
and it
mind.
helps the town having an audit trail, I think an audit trail is important, because it documents what the building inspector did.
From what I've seen in the past though, as they go to homeowners' properties to inspect, they do on-site inspection or they get photos, and it's unfortunate that there were no photos and there were no inspections along the way that could have avoided a lot of these. It's almost to the turn on, his expectations to turn on the power, so his solars will work, and he can't do that without making sure that everything has been checked. But for the most part, the other, permits that they do, issue, they'll go through the typical inspections in a timely manner, so that they don't say, oh, you put it in the wrong spot, now you have to take it out and put it over here, type of thing. They wouldn't,
Yeah.
so it's just, but a punch list would be just as, handy for a homeowner.
And if the state inspector's coming out tomorrow, at the end of the day, the resident deserves to have a written report of what was wrong. I really firmly
I
believe
think
that.
he will after this, I think.
Yeah, we think, but I think,
Yeah,
I think it's our position to make sure it happens.
Yeah.
Okay, consensus?
Yep.
Lean?
Yep.
It's gotta happen, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna open up for public comment.
Okay, just wanna ask, Lean, if we can have those agendas posted again?
It's on there, I didn't get it till 5 after 6.
Okay,
I
'cause
was-
I always look after, just after 5, cause I know the
I was-
office closes.
No, I'm here.
Hey, Lee, and I was out of town also, and so I like, what I usually do is communicate with, the town administrator, review what's on the list, and I add stuff and just subtract stuff.
Yeah, I must have added about 7 things on there that I probably could have put in the mailbox, but I thought for record keeping, it would be helpful to have
Okay,
them
but,
on
I
there.
mean, last meeting wasn't on either,
Okay,
so I'm just saying.
we could be more
Yeah,
proactive.
I do check it, I wait till after 5 now, because I assume that the office is closed and I
I'll try
can't
And
be
and
in here.
again, Lean, even if it's not complete,
Yeah,
put, preliminary one on or whatever you
Yeah.
know.
I usually try to put it on Wednesday,
Okay.
and then it may get modified on
Scissor,
Thursday,
it's
but.
not subject to
I
change.
mean, we modify them basically till we come
Yeah,
out.
it says right on the
Right.
draft, and the final version
Okay,
will be available.
so noted, and we'll try to do better.
All right, thank you.
Anything from public comment? Okay, I'm gonna bring it back to the board, I'm gonna start with the town administrator.
I have nothing for the board, we covered it all.
Okay, we do have a non-public to go into, gentlemen, so I'm gonna continue it so we can close out this publicly. Justin, anything for the board?
I think just if you can help me reach out to that last, gutter,
Bid?
yeah,
Yeah, I have it as an action.
okay,
Yeah,
Did,
the gutters
just so we can get that second quote and
for the next
we
meeting.
can try for a third.
Did you guys,
I
speak
reached-
to builders? Cause they have 5" and 6".
No, I haven't recently, I had it,
Their gutter
Had the-
company,
I'll
the
give you a
ones-
number, Lean, just,
We're shooting for
Cause I
6
had
inch.
the salesman come out last year, when we looked at the police station and here, and he never got back to me with a quote, so. But I know that salesman was actually
yeah,
going
I
out
have
of
somebody
town.
that does come out a little bit better right now, I'll get
Yeah.
you the
and they're called builders.
Yeah,
builder's
so-
installation. This guy's name is Jesse,
Yep,
you give me a second here and I'll get.
I think it's getting to a point where I think, they'll be looking for business now too, gutters. I mean, I don't know,
I know their company is
I
out a
see
little
it.
while, cause it does take,
I see a lot of ads up for them.
yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Everyone wants to do it, yeah.
and the
the
gutter
number
guards.
is 603
Yep,
370
yep,
4198.
and you said it was Jesse.
I do know they're very competitive, but
I mean, I think we should go with 6" here, just cause of the size of the roof.
That's what's because of the pitch.
the nice thing about them too is they're warranted the snow rips them off, they come back and put them on.
And that's for this building, even though that one of those quotes is referencing town hall, it's all
Yeah, it's
addressed
just,
as this. It
yeah.
looks like the diagram is this building.
We should call it town offices, that's
I
how
know,
we should be
yeah,
labeling it.
yeah,
yeah,
I
Okay.
agree.
Justin,
that's it.
okay, David,
I have a couple of things. I met with people in reference to the stone there, so we should have at least 2 estimates coming in on the stone for around the town office, town hall building / library. I did ask for them to do a second quote to bring the dipped sections of this, not to increase the size at all, but just to
top it off.
top it off where it's dipped. On that one, I asked them to do river stone kinda to match what was out there, and this one I said just do the stone that's here already. So 2 different estimates on that. I did call Chicoine today to talk with him about grinding down the cement onto that entryway so that front door works a little freer. And he said he would send a guy here
And the
next
door?
week sometime, yeah, the front door works so stiff now.
Yeah,
The weather strip is great, but a couple of people left because they thought it was locked.
Right, I remember that.
So-
And it's actually ripping the
Weather strip.
weather strip off, so.
So he's gonna come and grind that down, I think when it gets into the cooler months, it starts lifting that concrete out there for some reason. And,
Could be the water table too.
I asked him also if he could look at that door in the bathroom that has that vacancy.
The-
Switch.
Right,
So he's gonna come back, did we ever pay that final check, Lean?
we did,
We did.
Okay, maybe he's gonna send a guy back next week someday.
Okay, good.
What else did I have? That. I think that's it for now.
Okay,
I did go on those walks with the preambulation of the town lines with Fred. I said I was gonna do it for years in the past, but I finally made this one.
okay, good. Just
3 more to go.
No, I didn't make it.
All right, just the police department, they're having this, walk with a cop over Kimball Pond area. Interesting, I tell you, if my 11-year-old, we'd be asking about the clock he's carrying all the time.
Well, I called Chris, cause they had it on opening day of hunting season.
They're gonna, yeah,
So they moved it one day before, he asked if they should cancel it, and I told him, quite honestly, the people that hunt right around the pond there, most of them are from out of town. So
when I talked to him today, I said, you may wanna make sure everyone's wearing the bright colored clothes too.
That's what I asked him as well.
Yeah, well, we're on the same sheet of music there. All right, and then I'm gonna make a motion for non-public, for RSA 91 alpha, subparagraph 3, Roman numeral 2, subparagraph A, to address a